Welcome to part 2 of Franciscan Discernment. If you remember last time, we spoke about why Jesus came to be with us. And we spoke about how Jesus came to do the Father's will. And what is the Father's will? The Father's will is that we, his children, know that we belong to him and that we have an intimate, personal relationship with him, and that he is with us. And so this is very key to Franciscan discernment. It is essential to one's mind and heart, as Father Rock Niemeyer, OFM, in his book, In the Footsteps of Francis and Clare, helps us know that the experience of God is an unexpected and totally free gift. It is not we who go in search for God. It is not we who try to make contact with God or pray to God. It always, always begins the other way around. It is God who desires us. Usually, when two persons meet and come to know each other, there are introductions and eventual revelations of one to the other. In the divine encounter, it is always God who takes the initiative, who comes to meet us. Francis had this experience in his youth with his friends. The story of the legend of the three companions tells us, a few days after he returned to Assisi, one evening with his friends, they chose him to be in charge, so that according to his whim, he would prepare the celebration and pay the expenses. He made arrangements for a sumptuous banquet, as he had so often done in the past. When they finished the banquet and left the house bloated, his friends walked ahead of him singing throughout the city. Francis fell slightly behind them. He was not singing, but suddenly he was visited by the Lord, who filled his heart with such tenderness that he was unable to speak or move. He could only feel and hear this marvelous tenderness and presence of God. It left him so estranged from any sensation that he himself said later, even had he been cut to pieces, he would not have been able to move. This is a moment of God introducing himself to Francis. It is an overwhelming experience of another capturing his heart. It might be helpful to note that this did not take place in a church, while on a retreat or a pilgrimage or an adoration. It is not something Francis looked for. Rather, it took place during a party, a celebration with his friends. It was something totally unexpected, a free gift. I pray each of you have this experience of feeling the love of being in the presence of another, or the joy of celebrating and spending time with friends, or the beauty of gazing at the mountains or the wildflowers. Perhaps you have felt the freedom of discovering your own goodness or your ability to make life better for someone. These are spontaneous gifts from God entering into your everyday life. The account of Francis's encounter with God is crucial. To discover how Francis found his direction in life is learning that the heart of Francis is to focus on God and his experience of God, not simply to remember it, but to focus on it. Like Jesus, God the Father became the center of Francis's world. Not other people, not making peace, not the poor or the beauty of the created world, not being good or successful. Francis did, as all of us do, experience each of these things. But he began to look at the source, the living God who entered his life and made all the difference. This grounded him, and he awakened this hunger, this longing, and possibility of experiencing God in his own heart and in the hearts of others. Francis challenges me to be more like Jesus, to look at the source of my daily experiences and encounters so as to do the will of the Father. And the Father's will for me and for you is for us to belong to him, to know that we are loved. May the Lord give you peace.